We're thrilled to introduce our esteemed guest, Anna Shapiro. Hi, Anna. It's a pleasure to meet with you today. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us. Were there any specific features of law accounting that appeal to you comparative to any other system?
Yeah, I think it's very interactive. I'm a visual person, and I
Right.
think that all of these things that are you press a button and things just happen. And I understand the background because I have my master's in business, I do accounting myself. I get it. But I think to me, a lot of these things that I was seeing like on the video and a lot of ways that like we're doing like the trust accounting and things like that, very visual, very easy. If there's something that we had to undo, it was like a click of a button. So we never had that before because there was like 5 steps instead of one. But it was very attractive the way it just, I think it's like the ease of use is mostly what kind of got me into it. And plus the visual part for sure.
So you talked about like how this basically improved your efficiency, 5 steps to one, right? So can you explain or can you talk more about, have you noticed any measurable benefits or cost savings since implementing law accounting? And if so, could you provide some examples?
Yes, I can tell you right now, first and foremost, the monthly fees are a lot less than we used to pay. It's a lot better. Pricing is a lot better. When we do, for example, when we run bills, I can tell you right now, I think it used to take us like hours to produce the bills, to look at them, to try to shuffle things around and to send them to clients. I literally probably half of the time is cut at least. So we're saving, we're now because everything is so organized and I'm able to, because the system is so easy and so efficient, I'm able to go in if I get a payment, if I get a check. I used to have to put that aside till the weekend because I didn't have time during the workday to go through 10 steps. Now I just put it in, it takes 2 minutes. It goes to the bank and then everything is current, everything is updated. And I really am, it's like a lot of time saving for sure. And for us, it's very important because we have a lot of practice. I'm doing everything myself, obviously, but it's a lot easier. They were able to also replicate like the way that the invoices look like for us because we use net documents. So it was a manual labor to upload invoices
Yeah.
a week. Now all it is I press save on the PDF when the PDF appears on the bill and it's there. It's like
Yeah.
the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I'm like, oh my God, it actually works. So my daughter uses, she's an associate and she's the one who helps me to run the invoices. She's impressed. She's always been impressed and she always knows if there's ever a question, it'll always get answered. And then I have another, my admin is using it because we're doing, she's cutting checks for like refunds to people. She's using trust accounts and like putting in bills and things like that. She finds it very easy. So I think that there's always been good feedback. I'm probably the biggest person to give feedback because I deal with a lot of Zoom calls and things like that if there's ever any questions. But I know that my daughter has emailed before because she was the one primarily dealing with the team about producing invoices and doing billing for clients and making sure that those matched. They created a new feature that we were able, that's the productivity part. Like we were able to click a button and then we usually what we'll do, like each person works on a client like multiple times per day, but then we like to for the client to just see one entry on the bill so it's not confusing. And one of your team members created this process and basically we click a button, everything gets combined. We don't have to go per client. We don't do any of that anymore. It was so tedious and so manual that it was insane. So I think there's a lot of good feedback for sure.
Was it a smooth transition from your previous accounting system?
I can tell you right now, I think it was LawAccounting that ensured that everything was done. I'm gonna tell you that now because they did all the backups. We backed up like the night before. We backed up 2 hours before the night was over. I have been also working with LawAccounting. Like we had a Zoom set up probably up until recently because if there's any issue, like the customer service is amazing to the point that we don't really need to talk. We just email. And then probably within the next hour, the answer comes in. That's how crazy it is. But they ensured like we had Zoom meetings like every morning, every day of the week to make sure that everything was transferred. This is something's not working. Please tell us, we'll help you. Like they walked us through this process. I think it was seamless. Yes, it took a little bit of time, but I think the best part of it all, like I never felt like I was like left Sometimes you do the transition, they give you like 30 days and then you're done. I'm still talking to them if there's like a slight tiny issue, and that's never been a problem. I have like full support and I feel great. That's the most important part to me. Because if I have a question and I want, and there's times that like we need to do like a quick call, we'll just do a quick call for 5 minutes. But at this point, I think we're pretty much complete. I think we just, there's a lot of things that we went through. There was a lot of upgrades that they did. I feel like even for us, because we were asking for certain things that weren't even part of the system. So there's always implementation going on. And I think they listen to their clients, which is a big thing.